Halina mga bata, tayo nang mag-aral sa math, walang maiiwan. Math-sayang math-aral, tayo ng math-tuto upang ika'y umasenso. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina't math-aral na tayo. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina't math-aral na tayo. Halina math-aral na tayo. Halina, 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 math-aral na tayo.
Mga batang mandunong, home learning partners, at sa lahat ng nanonood sa aming Facebook Live at YouTube Live, magandang hapon. Welcome back to Project SOAR, series of online academic review of mathematics CLAID learning. I am Ma'am Jessa, a teacher from Andes Bonifacio Integrated School. Kumusta mga batang mandunong? Nakapananghalian na ba kayo? I-share ang live video na ito o mag-host ng watch party para makarating pa sa mas maraming batang mandunong ang ating pagbabalik-aral. Para maging updated sa mga video lessons ng Project SOAR, i-like ang aming official Facebook page, Math Team, Mathematics Teachers of Mandaluyong, at mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube account, MTM Channel. Kanina ay nagbalik-aral tayo para sa Week 3 at Week 4 ng Mathematics Grade 7 hanggang Grade 10. Ngayon naman, tayo ay magbabalik-aral para sa Week 3 ng General Mathematics. Let me introduce to you our reviewer. He is a teacher too at Andres Bonifacio Integrated School, graduated Bachelor of Science major in Mathematics at Philippine Normal University. He also earned units of postgraduate studies, taking up Master of Arts in Teaching major in Math at Eulogio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology. He was also the resource speaker for various programs such as MTOP DEP and NCR Annual Convention, Math Training of Teachers at Sultan Kudarat in 2017, and in Division Enhancement Seminars for Mathematics Teachers. He was also a judge of MTOP Sectorial Finals, a Division Test Writer for Grade 9 Mathematics, a former test validator for Grade 6 and Grade 8, and an action research paper presenter in Penang, Malaysia last November 2019. Mga batang mandulong, ano pang hinihintay natin? I-welcome na natin ang ating reviewer for General Mathematics, Mr. Aris F. Padera.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Jessa, sa magandang pagpapakilala. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Bago po simulan ang pagtalakay sa mga lessons na ibinigay sa akin, nais ko pong batiin at pasalamatan ang mga taong sumusunod. Sa ating OIC SDS, Dr. Romel M. Cruz, sa ating OIC ASDS, Dr. Aurelio G. Alfonso, sa ating CID Chief, Dr. Alin G. Mendoza, sa ating SGOD Chief, Ma'am Emma Arubio, at sa ating EPS ng Mathematics, Mr. Restituto Rudelas, sa bago naming principal, si Dr. Olive Pagurayan, at sa dati naming principal, Mr. Henry Isabidong, sa mga home learning partners, at higit sa lahat sa mga batang mandunong, magandang hapon po sa lahat. Halina't samahan niyo ako sa isang pagtalakay upang bigyang linaw, balik-aralan ang mga lessons na natalakay na nung nakaraang linggo at maging advance sa mga lessons na tatalakayin sa mga susunod na linggo. Tara!
For this week, We are going to determine the intercepts, zeros, and asymptotes of rational functions. Isa-isahin natin yung mga key concepts. Una dito yung zeros. Ano nga ba itong zeros at paano ba ito kinukuha? The zeros of a function are the values of x which make the function zero. At kailan naman magiging zero yung function? Kung magiging zero ang numerator. So ang gagawin natin, i-equate lang natin yung numerator to zero and find the value of x. Huwag na natin pakialaman yung denominator. For our examples, let's determine the zeros of the following rational functions. Number 1, f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 4. And number 2, f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10 all over x minus 5.
Okay, tingnan natin yung dalawang examples. Yung una, f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 4. Paano ba natin hanapin yung zeros niyan? So, di ba ang focus natin kailangan numerator lang. Wag na natin pakialaman yung x plus 4. So, equate natin yung numerator to 0. So, this will be 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Then, lipat natin yung to sa kabila, mag-transpose. 3x is equal to 2. Divide both sides by 3. Then we can cancel 3 here. So therefore, x is equal to 2/3. So ang zeros natin para sa number 1 is 2/3. How about yung number 2? Okay, yung number 2 naman, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10. So, again, ang focus natin ay yung numerator lang. So, x squared plus 7x plus 10, equate natin sa 0. So, isa siyang quadratic trinomial, yung left term. Okay? So, paano ba i-factor out yan? So, magkakaroon siya ng dalawang 2 binomial factors. Madali lang siya kasi yung numerical coefficient ng first term is 1. So, factor out lang natin yan. Kunin natin yung square root ng first term. So, x and x. And then, yung factors ng 10, kailangan, pag pinagsama natin, ang makukuha natin yung middle term. So, since all terms are positive lahat ng factors ng 10. So, we have plus 5 and then plus 2. So, 5 plus 2 is 7. Then, by zero product property, equate natin bawat factor sa 0. X plus 5 is equal to 0. So, therefore, x equals negative 5. Yung pangalawa, plus 2 equal to 0. So, therefore, we have x equals negative 2. So, ang dalawang zeros ng rational function number 2 are x equals negative 5 and x equals negative 2.
The next key concept are the intercepts. Ano nga ba yung intercepts? Di ba ito yung point sa x and y axis kung saan dumadaan yung graph ng function? X-intercept are the real numbered zeros of the graph of the function. So, kung hahanapin natin yung x-intercept, ang focus lang natin ay yung numerator, katulad ng pagkahanap natin sa zeros. And then, yung y-intercept, ang kailangan natin gawin para mahanap natin ito ay i-evaluate natin yung buong function sa 0. Examples ulit tayo. Determine the x and y intercepts of the following rational functions. Una, f of x is equal to x plus 5 over x minus 2. At yung pangalawa naman, f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10 over x minus 5. Ganito naman ang paghanap ng x and y intercept. So, ang focus natin kapag x-intercept ang hinahanap, yung numerator lang. So, equate natin yung numerator sa 0. So, x plus 5 equal to 0. So, therefore, x equals negative 5. So, ang ating x-intercept dito is negative 5 and 0. Sa x-intercept kasi dapat yung y laging 0. Ito yung point kung saan yung graph ng function ay dadaan sa x-intercept sa negative 5 and 0. How about yung y-intercept naman? Y-intercept. So sa y-intercept, i-equate natin yung buong function sa 0. So we will have f of 0 is equal to 0 plus 5 over 0 minus 2. So therefore, we have 5 over negative 2. So ang y-intercept natin is, so y-intercept 0 naman yung x and negative 5 halves. So yan yung y-intercept. How about yung second example? So second example, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10 over x minus 5. So, hanapin natin yung x-intercept. So, x-intercept, equate natin sa 0 yung numerator. So, x squared plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. So, factorize natin yan. Kasi sayang quadratic trinomial yung left term. So, magkakaroon siya ng dalawang binomial factor. So, again, x and x. So, kung mapapansin nyo, parehas to dun sa finding zeros kanina. So, x plus 5 and then x plus 2 equal to 0. So again, by zero product property, equate natin each factor to 0. So x plus 5 equal to 0, x therefore is equal to negative 5. So ang kanyang x-intercept dito is negative 5 and 0. Yung pangalawang factor, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore, x equals negative 2. So ang kanyang x-intercept dito is negative 2, 0. So dalawa ang kanyang x-intercept. Ibig sabihin, yung graph ng function ng x squared plus 7x plus 10 over x minus 5 ay dadaan sa x-axis dalawang beses. Sa negative 5 and 0 at saka sa negative 2 and 0. Paano naman yung y-intercept? So, sa y-intercept, equate lang natin yung buong function sa 0. So, madali lang yan. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng may variable x, papalitan natin ng 0. So, 0 squared plus 7 times 0 plus 10. Okay? And then, sa denominator, we have 0 minus 5. So, ang matitira yung mga term na walang variable x, which is 10 over negative 5, reducing to lowest term, that is negative 2. So, therefore, yung y-intercept is at 0 and negative 2. Ang susunod na mahalagang bagay about rational functions are the asymptotes. May tatlong uri tayo ng asymptotes. Una, ang vertical asymptote. The vertical line x is equal to a is a vertical asymptote of a function if the graph of f either increases or decreases without bound as the x values approach a from the right or left. Ito yung restriction natin sa domain ng isang rational function. So kung ito yung restriction ng domain, Ang focus natin naman dito ay yung denominator. So, paano natin mahanap yung vertical asymptote? Siyempre, ang gagawin natin, equate natin yung denominator to 0 and solve for the value of x. So, pag nahanap natin yun ang kanyang vertical asymptote. Ang susunod ay kung paano natin hanapin ang vertical asymptote ng isang rational function. So, mayroon tayong dalawang given rational function. Ang una, f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 4. At ang susunod, f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15 all over x minus 7. Punta naman tayo ng vertical asymptote. So, in finding vertical asymptote, our focus will be the denominator. Kasi andun yung restriction ng domain. So, ang gagawin lang natin, equate natin yung denominator to 0. So, vertical asymptote. So, x plus 4 equal to 0. So, therefore, x equals c 4. So, ito yung ating equation of the vertical asymptote. So, it's an imaginary line, vertical line, that will pass through negative 4. Okay, let's go to the next example. F of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15 all over x minus 7. So, this time, again, yung focus naman natin ay yung denominator pa din. So, what we are going to do is just, again, equate the denominator x minus 7 equal to 0. So, therefore, x is equal to 7. So, ganyan lang kasimple ang paghanap ng vertical asymptote. Okay? Ang susunod na uri ng asymptote ay yung tinatawag nating horizontal asymptote. The horizontal line y is equal to b is a horizontal asymptote of a function f if f of x gets closer to b as x increases or decreases without bound. Paano ba hinahanap ang horizontal asymptote ng isang rational function? Let n be the degree of the numerator and m be the degree of the denominator. Ano ba yung degree? Ito yung pinakamataas na sum ng exponents ng isang term sa isang polynomial expression. Ang una, if n is less than m, the horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 0. So, mas mababa dapat yung degree ng numerator kaysa sa degree ng denominator. Pangalawa, if n is equal to m, the horizontal asymptote is y is equal to a over b, where a is the leading coefficient of the numerator and b the leading coefficient of the denominator. So kapag parehas yung degree ng numerator and denominator, kukunin lang natin yung numerical coefficient ng or leading coefficient ng numerator at ng denominator at yun na ang kanyang horizontal asymptote. And then yung pangatlo, if n is greater than m, ibig sabihin, mas mataas ang degree ng numerator kaysa sa denominator, wala siyang horizontal asymptote. The next set of examples is how to determine the horizontal asymptote of the following rational functions kung merong horizontal asymptote. Ang unang function, f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 4. Yung pangalawa, f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15 over x minus 7. And then yung pangatlo, f of x is equal to 5x over x squared minus 9. This time, we will have to find the horizontal asymptote of the following rational functions. So, for number 1, we have f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 4. So, alam naman natin na kapag horizontal asymptote ang hinahanap, ang focus natin ay sa degree ng numerator and denominator. So in the first example, 3x minus 2, ang degree niya ay 1. The denominator x plus 4, ang degree niya ay 1 also. So n is equal to m. So ano bang equation kapag n is equal to m? So that is y is equal to a over b. A stands for the leading coefficient of the numerator, and b is the leading coefficient of the denominator. So in this particular example, the leading coefficient is 3, while the leading coefficient of the denominator is 1. So simplifying it, 3. Okay, 3. So therefore, ang ating horizontal asymptote for number 1 is 3. For the second example, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15 all over x minus 7. So again, ang degree ng numerator is 2, while the degree of the denominator is 1. So n is greater than m. So ano ba ang horizontal asymptote kapag ganito ang senaryo? Wala. So no horizontal asymptote. For example number 3, we have f of x is equal to 5x over x squared minus 9. So, ang degree ng numerator is 1, while the degree of the denominator is 2. So, that is n is less than m. So, kapag ganito ang ating rational function, ang equation ng horizontal asymptote is y equal to 0. Ang pangatlong uri ng asymptote ay yung tinatawag nating slant o oblique asymptote. The slant or oblique asymptote occurs when the polynomial in the numerator is a degree higher than the polynomial in the denominator. So, ibig sabihin nun, mas mataas ng isang degree yung degree ng numerator kaysa sa degree ng denominator. Paano ba nakukuha ang slant asymptote ng isang rational function kung meron man? Ang gagawin natin, divide the numerator by the denominator. The quotient y is equal to mx plus b will be the slant asymptote. We are going to disregard the remainder kapag meron. So kung mapapansin nyo, y is equal to mx plus b is an equation of the line in a slope-intercept form. Tingnan natin sa mga sumusunod na rational functions ang mayroong slant asymptote. Yung una, f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 over x plus 4. Meron kaya siya? Tingnan natin yung degree. Ang degree ng una is 1, yung numerator, at ang denominator naman, 1 din. So, equal lang. So, wala siyang slant asymptote. Yung pangalawa naman, f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15 all over x minus 7. Tingnan natin yung degree ng numerator. 2. Ang degree ng denominator, 1. So, 1 degree higher yung numerator kaysa sa denominator. So, meron ba siyang slant asymptote? Meron. How about yung pangatlo? F of x is equal to 5x all over x squared minus 9. Ang degree ng numerator, 1. Ang degree naman ng denominator, 2. So, meron ba siyang slant asymptote? Wala, kasi mas mababa yung degree ng numerator kaysa sa degree ng denominator. Sa tatlong example na rational function, 1, 2, and 3, yung number 2 lang ang mayroong degree na n greater than m, or yung degree ng numerator is 1 degree higher than the degree of the denominator. So, ibig sabihin, siya lang ang mayroong slant asymptote.
So paano ba kinukuha yung slant asymptote? We use division or we divide the numerator by the denominator. So pwede mong gamitin synthetic division or the long method. So this time I'm going to use the long method. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 15 divided by x minus 7. So we divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor. So x squared divided by x is x. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. Then, subtract. Parang nagdi-divide lang tayo ng mga natural numbers. So, x squared minus x squared is 0. 2x minus 7 is 9x. Then, bring down the next term, 15. So, 9x minus 15. So, 9x divided by x is positive 9. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 7 is negative 63. So subtract. So that's 9x minus 9x is 0. Negative 15 minus 63. So magiging plus 63 na lang to. Okay? So anong sagot? It is 48. Positive 48. So therefore, ang ating equation ay yung nandun sa taas. Y is equal to x plus 9. So, di ba, y is equal to mx plus b. So, our m is 1, our b is 9.
Ang sumusunod ay ang summary ng mga key concepts. Paano ba sila kukuha? Saan ba tayo dapat mag-focus kung ating hahanapin yung mga yon? And of course, yung mga equation na gagamitin natin. So, tinakita natin dito sa una, zeros, sa numerator ang focus natin. Huwag na natin pakialaman yung denominator. So, ang gagawin natin sa numerator, equate to 0. So, parehas lang siya ng x-intercept. Sa numerator din, equate din to 0. And then, pagdating sa y-intercept, i-evaluate natin yung buong function sa 0. So, lahat ng variable x, papalitan natin ng 0, then simplify. Then, vertical asymptote, ang focus naman natin, denominator. So, wag na natin pakialaman yung numerator. Okay? So, i-equate din natin sa 0 yung denominator. Then, kung ano man yung value natin doon, ang kanyang magiging equation, x is equal to a. Then, sa horizontal asymptote, mayroon tayo yung tatlong cases. Kapag ang focus natin dito is the degree of the numerator and the denominator. So, yung n yung degree ng numerator, yung m ang degree ng denominator. So, kapag ang degree ng numerator ay mas mababa sa degree ng denominator, ang equation ng horizontal asymptote, y is equal to 0. Kapag naman ang degree ng numerator is equal to the degree of the denominator, ang gagawin natin, kukunin lang natin yung leading coefficients ng numerator and denominator, that is a for the numerator and b for the denominator. So, our equation of the horizontal asymptote in that case will be y is equal to a over b. At kapag naman ang degree ng numerator ay mas mataas sa degree ng denominator, wala siyang horizontal asymptote. Ibig sabihin nito, hindi pwede magsama yung horizontal asymptote at slant asymptote. Ibig sabihin pala, hindi sila pwedeng mag-occur sa isang rational function. Kasi sa slant asymptote, degree din ng numerator at denominator ang titingnan natin. Yun nga lang, kailangan ang degree ng numerator ay mas mataas ng isang degree kaysa sa degree ng denominator. So, ang gagawin natin doon, i-divide natin yung numerator by the denominator at ang makukuha nating sagot doon is an equation of the line in the form y is equal to mx plus b. For our last exercises, we're going to determine the zeros, intercepts, and asymptotes of the given rational function altogether. So we have f of x is equal to 5x plus 2 over 3x minus 4.
For our last activity, we are now going to determine all the concepts that we have discussed in one single rational function. So unahin natin yung zeros. Ang focus ng zeros sa numerator. So equate natin yung numerator sa 0, 5x plus 2 equal to 0. So therefore, we have 5x equals negative 2. So that is x equals negative 2 pips. So yun na rin yung ating x-intercept. Kasi di ba yung x-intercept natin, dun rin natin kinukuha sa numerator. So we will have negative 2 pips, comma, 0. For our y-intercept, we are going to evaluate the function f of x sa f of 0. So f of 0 is equal to 5 times 0 plus 2 over 3 times 0 minus 4. So we all know na kapag multiply ang number sa 0, 0 ang kalalabasan yan. So that is equal to 2 over negative 4, or that is equal to negative 1 half. So ang ating y-intercept is equal to 0, negative 1 half. For our vertical asymptote, we are going to have the denominator naman. So that's 3x minus 4 equal to 0. So 3x is equal to 4. So that means x is equal to 4 thirds. For our horizontal asymptote, ang kailangan natin yung degree ng numerator at denominator. So kung equal yung degree, ang kukunin natin ay yung leading coefficient. So in that case, y is equal to 5 thirds. Para naman sa slant asymptote, kailangan mas mataas ng isang degree ang degree ng numerator kaysa sa denominator. But since equal ang degree ng numerator and denominator, so wala siyang slant asymptote. That's it. Diba?